In just a minute, we're going to get into the Wagz Freedom Collar and all that it has to offer. We're going to show you what it looks like coming out of the box so you can know what to expect before you make a purchase. And before we do that, I just want to ask if you could like our video and subscribe, maybe even leave a comment and tell us what you think of the video. That would be hugely appreciated. Those types of things really are what keep our channel going and allow us to keep making content like this. So without further ado, let's jump into our unboxing video of the Wagz Freedom Collar. All right, so what we have here today is the Wagz Freedom Smart Dog Collar. And basically this is a dog activity monitor. It is a GPS pet tracker, and it is a geofence containment system all in one. And basically, so in terms of activity tracking, it's going to look at things like how many steps your dog has gotten so you can keep an eye on their exercise. It's also going to give you an idea of how much sleep they have gotten over the course of the day. And basically it'll give you a health score and all sorts of different things that you can view within the app. Pretty cool. In terms of GPS pet tracking, if your dog runs away, this will keep an eye on their location so you can just go pick them up rather than having to sort of track down where they may or may not be. And it's going to definitely give you some peace of mind, even if your dog's not lost. Just kind of having that location tracking on them can do a lot for you. And then of course it does have this geofence containment system where you can basically set boundaries on your smartphone as to where they can and cannot go in your yard, or if you're traveling, maybe camping, basically setting sort of boundaries as to where they can and cannot go. And unlike a lot of other GPS geofence containment systems out there, this is the only one that doesn't use static correction. Basically, it relies on either audible signals or ultrasonic signals or vibration to basically enforce those boundaries. So you can just make a combination of those, but hopefully, like if you're training your dog with positive reinforcement techniques, basically rewarding them when they come back, you don't need the correction at all. And really the idea, you can actually even turn it off, if you don't want to use it at all. It's not something that you need, but at any rate, this one doesn't even have the capability of shocking your dog, which is something that some pet owners do worry about. But all in all, that's kind of a rough overview of the product. Let's take a look at what's inside. Actually, it is worth noting that this is basically it's a cellular enabled product. So in order to use this outside of your home's typical Wi-Fi zone, which is really a lot of the use case for a product like this, you do need to carry a cellular subscription. At the time of writing, it's $9.99 a month, or you get a bit of a break if you sign up for the year. That's something to consider, but that's fairly standard across the board for products like this. And really, like, for all that this collar offers, the price itself for the unit is really quite cheap. And I include a link to basically where you can get the best price on the Wagz Freedom Collar in the description of this video, so make sure you check that out. And so let's go ahead and take a look inside here. So actually I'm opening the bottom compartment, which we'll come back to in a second. The top compartment is really where the fun resides. And I gotta say, it is a little difficult to get the collar out of this box, but I'll get there. This might be, ooh. This is how you do it. All right. So yeah, here it is, the Wagz Freedom Collar. So right off the bat, what do we notice about this smart collar? Well, it actually isn't a collar. It is a transmitter that you attach to your dog's collar. So that is a little different than some of the other products that you'll find out there, which is good as much as it is a downside. I mean, I think it's great that your dog only has to wear one collar, personally, but I could see how there might be some advantages to having an all-in-one unit. That said, the size of this transmitter is definitely much smaller than a lot of the alternatives out there. So let me see if I can find something like to give you an idea of size reference, but this is basically like roughly 2 inches wide, maybe like 1.5 inches tall here. It's pretty small for as far as comparable products go. So I don't know, let's take, this is a standard Bic pen, for example, without the cap, just to give you an idea of like size reference. So, you know, half a Bic pen long, maybe a little more, a little less. Anyway, so that's the collar basically. I mean, the transmitter you attach to your dog's collar. And then let's take a look at what else comes in this box here. So, you know, as with most products, there's some support help. There's a little quick start guide. Here's the English version is here. You know, that'll certainly help you sort of get started, but we can go over all that at a later time. But let's see. So the other components included in the box are this right here. Another really cool thing about the Wagz. This comes with a basically replaceable rechargeable battery. A lot of the other systems don't have a battery that can be pulled out and recharged, and they certainly don't come with a second one right off the bat. So basically, when you know the transmitter runs out of charge, you can just remove it and pop in your new battery, which is pretty cool. So you can keep, you know, a charged one on hand that's ready to go whenever you need it. And basically, you know, you never, as long as you're kind of staying on top of your charging, you never have to be in a situation where your dog doesn't have the collar working. And we can see that the collar is now turned on with the fresh battery and it's blinking and basically looking for us to get started. There is basically a reset button back here. I mean, maybe not a reset button, but press that and it'll beep. And that's, you know, part of sort of syncing the collar with the app and sort of, you know, getting up and running. So it does come with that rechargeable battery and replaceable battery. And this is actually your, you know, your charging station for the battery. It clicks on quite snugly. I'm really pretty impressed with the design there. Very elegant, as you might say. And then this is the, I believe this is a micro USB, yep. And that's a micro USB cable, and that's how you charge the battery while it's on the docking station here. And of course, you'd either plug that into, you know, your computer or basically a wall block for USB. And that's how you get up and running. So very good. So that's what's in the box. It's you know, a pretty simple and straightforward system. And again, this rechargeable battery is definitely a nice perk that Wagz offers. You know, it does seem like the amount of time that you'll get out of your dog wearing this collar will vary quite a bit. Depending on their activity level. Like a lazy dog, I don't want to say lazy, but a dog who spends less time running around outside and really spends most of their day sort of hanging inside where they don't have, you know, long lengths of yard to run around, they may get, you know, quite a bit more battery life out of a single charge than, for example, a dog with a big yard that's running around all day. You know, maybe you're playing a lot of fetch with them. You know, that's going to put a lot more of a sort of a load on the collar and the transmitter system here. So that's something to consider. But anyway, it's for the price, you really can't beat the Wagz compared to some of the other products out there. So, I mean, if you're looking for value, it's pretty, it offers really an awful lot compared to sort of the competitor products, and especially the size is really nice and convenient. Definitely worth considering if you're in the market for not only like an activity tracker, but definitely for a GPS tracker, and also for a geofencing system, absolutely as well. It's another huge thing that it does. All of those things you can find dedicated products just for those different applications, and it's kind of all bundled up in one with the Wagz. Anyway, that's what's inside the box. So hopefully you find that helpful in knowing what you can expect with the Wagz. And we can point you to some other videos in the description as well that you might find useful. Basically, other videos featuring the Wagz, maybe looking at some other of the alternatives out there. And again, if you are interested in learning more about the Wagz, check out the link in our description below, and we will have a link there to get the Wagz at the best price. So yep, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.